Stay fly.
And so I went through depression, like serious depression. I wanted to kill myself. I literally remember looking for my father's gun, because at that moment I said I didn't want to live no more. If I couldn't achieve.
Stay fly. You're listening to The Fly Guy Show. They do everything on the fly and in such a fly manner. Stay fly.
After all that party. The views expressed on the Fly Guy Podcast by the guests of the Fly Guy Podcast are only the views of the guests, unless we say we agree, unless explicitly stated.
Hey, this is Ernie Thomas here on the Bold School Podcast. You're listening to Psycho Vonner's Fly Guy Podcast. Support, like, subscribe, and share. He's saying some good things. Share it. Don't keep it to yourself.
I hate using microphones. I like to just project my voice. But when I think about Black History Month, the thing for me is embrace struggle. Embrace struggle from those who have endured. From Martin Luther King Jr. to Rosa Parks to Nat Turner, Frederick Douglass, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Jackie Robinson, and other prominent leaders. One thing that is constant is they went through some struggles. They faced opposition. It was inevitable. And if you are like me, when you hear the word struggle, I cringe. Every time I hear the word struggle, I cringe. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to see others go through it. And most importantly, I don't want to experience it myself. But the thing with struggle is, it's some beauty to the other end of it. Nobody likes to go through it. But when you go through it, it's growth. It's strength. And most importantly, it's beauty on the other side of struggle. One thing that we do not like to do is talk about the struggles that we have been through. If Martin Luther King was looking down on us today, I bet he would say, my struggle was well worth it. For people to be able to go to school, apply to any colleges that they want to go through, he'll look back and say, everything that I've been through was well worth it. When we talk about slavery and the individuals who led the slave revolt, the civil rights movement, the people who demonstrated the sit-ins, the marches, people who couldn't drink from a certain water fountain, who couldn't shop at certain places, who had dogs literally let go to attack them, water hoses sprayed on them. If that ain't struggle, I don't know what is. And so one thing that I learned over the course of my life is to embrace struggle and not be afraid to talk about it. See, when I was growing up, I had aspirations of being an NFL athlete. I wanted to be the next Barry Sanders. That's the only thing that I ever talked about. If anybody asked me, what's your backup plan? I would tell them, I don't need a backup plan. A backup plan is for someone who don't believe their first plan is going to work out. And I would tell my parents straight up, I don't need school. I'm going to the NFL. And after my junior year in college at James Madison University, I was well on my way. In Harrisonburg, Virginia, they had a billboard of number 14, which was me. They was selling my jerseys in the bookstore. I was all conference. Led the lead in rushing. I was projected to get drafted, not high, 5th, 6th, 7th pick, 7th round pick. The scouts was coming to see me play. My dream was right before my eyes. The thing that I have dreamt about since I was 5 years old was about to come to fruition. And then going into my senior year, I'll never forget it. We was playing at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, where Michael Jordan went to school. I remember receiving a pitch to the right. And as soon as I planted my right leg, it must have got caught in the turf. And I tore every single ligament in my knee. And just like that, my career was over. And so I ultimately graduated from James Madison University, but I had to return here back to Virginia Beach to live with my parents. They haven't really taken care of me for 5 years, and I had to come back home. And on top of that, the young lady that I dated my whole college career, we went through a nasty breakup. My older brother committed an armed robbery in Virginia Beach. He was on the run and ultimately got sentenced to 30 years in prison. And I couldn't find a job because I didn't take school seriously. I just went to class to make sure I could stay eligible. And so I went through depression, like serious depression. I wanted to kill myself. I literally remember looking for my father's gun. Because at that moment, I said I didn't want to live no more. If I couldn't achieve the thing that I set out for since I was 5 years old, I couldn't find a job, not even a job to make $8 an hour, waking up literally feeling like I was in hell. I said I wanted to end it all. And then I gave it one more shot. I said, I'm going to talk about my struggle one more time before I can find my father's gun. So I called a family member and told them everything that was going through in my head. I said, man, I do not want to live no more. And my older cousin literally talked me off the ledge. I was about to jump. And he told me one thing, is that your struggle sometimes is not for you. You got to embrace your struggle. So fast forward, I pushed through those thoughts of depression. I literally worked as hard as I could. I went back to school to receive my master's at Purdue University. Started working at Anthem, which I still work currently. And I said, I want to do something different for kids who literally look like me, who have those aspirations of wanting to be the next LeBron James. What people don't realize is that everybody don't make it. And so when you don't make it, you feel like you're a failure. Your sense of identity is gone because everybody's looking for you to make it. You're the next meal ticket. But if you don't make it, who cares? You still got your whole life ahead of you. And so what I did, I didn't even know I was capable of doing. I challenged myself to set really high goals. So I went back to school again to receive my doctoral degree. Wasn't a big scholar. I'm not the smartest cat walking around. But I used to receive these A's on these leadership papers, these long 20-page papers. And so I emailed my professor one day. I said, did you really read my paper? And she was like, yeah, I think you're a good writer. And the one thing that I was looking for in my entire life, she told me I was looking for a gift outside of athletics. And just like that, I found it with just by simple words. I think you're a good writer. So what I did, aside from my 40 hours a week day job, my leadership courses, studying a doctoral degree is not easy. I stayed up late nights to write my first novel. It's called The Athlete Student. Thank you. It's called The Athlete Student freshman year. It's a fictional novel about this young kid from around this area, actually, who only had one aspiration, and that was to be a professional athlete. But before he could be a professional athlete, he has to go to school. So it takes you through his freshman year in college of how he battled academics, athletics, the parties, the peer pressure, coaches, teammates, drugs, alcohol, things that happen on the college campus that people really don't talk about. And so if you do have aspirations of being an athlete or whatever your thing is, go and get it. Work as hard as you can to achieve it. But one thing that you have to do is you have to work that muscle that's in here. You have to work that muscle that's in there. A knee injury, a twist ankle, concussion, it cannot take that away. Pick up a book. Get off social media. Stop comparing yourself to others. And challenge yourself. Set big goals. Even if you don't reach your goal, I promise you'll find something. And so if I can give you anything today is embrace your struggle. What you're going through, it may not be for you. It may be for somebody else. If I twisted my knee and tore every ligament in my knee and had 2 knee surgeries for somebody to read a book that I wrote so they can take advantage of the other gifts that they have and not just utilize what they see on TV or what they think a black man should be as an athlete or entertainer to become a doctor, lawyer, engineer, financial analyst, that's so big. Just like Martin Luther King put his life on the line so we can all be here in a library in a public school, work any job that we want, go to any colleges that we want, and it was well worth it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eugene Holloman. Give it up, give it up, give it up.
I have scholarships on my website, $250 scholarships. The only thing is you have to read the book to apply. Yeah, because I ask you specific questions. Read the book. It will literally just take you 2 days to read. You can apply for the scholarship. And I have some books for sale. If parents want to buy their children a book, it's well worth it. If you don't like it, I will personally refund your money back. But yeah, apply for the scholarship, man. I just want you to be encouraged to find something outside of athletics, a summer course, a summer camp. I don't care what it is. Use it for something that will enhance that thing that's inside your head.
All right, look at the person on your left and say, embrace the struggle. Look at the person on your right and say, embrace the struggle. Embrace the struggle. Embrace the struggle.
Stay fly.
The views expressed on the Fly Guy Podcast by the guests of the Fly Guy Podcast are only the views of the guests, unless we say we agree, unless explicitly stated. Stay conscious. Stay fly.
Stay fly. Stay fly. Stay fly. Stay fly. Stay fly. Stay fly. Stay fly. Stay fly. Stay fly.